Hi, my name is J5Lover, and today I wanted to talk about why it seems most Jackson 5 fans start off as kids, and why it's harder for adults to get into the Jackson 5, and my top 10 picks personally that I think would make anyone, adult or child, an instant Jackson 5 fan. But before I get started with that, I wanted to have a new segment on my channel called basically This Day in Jackson 5 History. Well, today, on May 24th, 1975, Michael Jackson's song, Just a Little Bit of You, climbed the soul charts to number 4, and it stayed there for 15 weeks. The B-side of that was Dear Michael, which I love both songs. So back to my discussion. This will actually be a two-part video. So I'm going to talk about the top 10 songs that I think would make anybody an instant Jackson 5 fan. And we'll start off with the first 5, and in my second video, I'll tell you the next 5 that I picked. But I think it's just so funny to me. I think most adults, if they didn't know much about the Jackson 5, they look at them as, just maybe a kids group. They hear the hits like ABC, and they think, oh, okay, this isn't really speaking to me. But the Jackson 5 did a lot of deep songs, a lot of love songs, a lot of songs that spoke to anyone of any age and any generation. And so I'm going to tell you my top 10 picks, starting with number 1, Never Can Say Goodbye, which was on the Maybe Tomorrow album in 1971. I love the intro. That bass intro just hooks you in immediately. And by then, 1971, I feel like Michael's voice was perfect. It had matured. It was on point. It was completely polished. There were no cracks. He was able to hit the high notes effortlessly. His voice was smooth. And what's so funny about that song, too, is it was actually meant for the Supremes, but Motown decided to give it to the Jackson 5 instead. And of course, the lyrics anybody can relate to. They're kind of wistfully nostalgic. And I think it's one of my favorite, probably all-time Jackson 5 songs. Song number 2 would be Stand, which is on the Diana Ross Presents album in 1969. It was originally covered actually by Sly and the Family Stone. And I feel like the lyrics basically talk about standing up for what you believe in, no matter what controversy you face. And that's relevant in any time period. Great song. Song number 3 is Maybe Tomorrow, which is on the Maybe Tomorrow album from 1971. The subject is extremely relatable. It talks about the pain of love and the joy of love. And also I feel like Michael's voice is just seamless and gentle. And it's just, I think the song is just so tight. It pulls you in immediately. Song number 4 is on the third album, and it's called Bridge Over Troubled Water, which was actually covered originally by Simon and Garfunkel. Came out in 1970. Jermaine's vocals are amazing. I feel like, at the time, his voice was a little bit more mature than Michael Jackson's voice, so he was able to kind of sing those songs that were a little bit deeper, and his voice came across just kind of buttery smooth and creamy. I just love that song. One of my favorites on the third album. The soulful finish will definitely give you goosebumps. Absolutely amazing, I think. Song number 5 is True Love Can Be Beautiful, which is on the ABC album, came out in 1970. And I think that this song is really notable for its melody, and it's got a great beat, and it's quick and kind of upbeat and easy to get into very quickly. It's a very unforgettable tune, and I think, once again, the lyrics are extremely relatable. And that ends this portion of my video. So stay tuned for part 2, and let me know what you think of part 1 and some of the songs that I've chosen. Thank you. This is J5Lover.